how you doing? It's been a minute, my darlings. I have really missed you. How y'all doing? If this is the first time you're seeing this gorgeous lady, my name is WambuiKidkora and welcome to our channel.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place, 'cause the love you give, it can't be.
Anyway, guys, if it's the first time you see this YouTube channel, karibu sana. And by the way, guys, before I forget, thank you for the love, thank you for the support, well, thank you for the subscribers. 2,800 to 3,000 subscribers. I mean, thank you guys, maze. Thank you for the love, thank you for the support, thank you for the comments, thank you for taking your time to watch my videos. Now wapenda na love, maze. And then, guys, for those who are watching my videos and you're not yet subscribed, subscribe. Let me give you a minute for you to subscribe. I mean, it supports my channel. However, it helps you to get to know my next content, okay? For this particular episode with yours truly, and before I forget, welcome to the best YouTube channel you're gonna get in the 254 period. 254, yes, best YouTube channel. I know we are growing and we're gonna get there. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Period. Anyway, guys, for this particular episode is going to be an interesting one because this is something that so many people have been talking about. However the case, it's a sensitive topic as well to most people because I know there's so many things that have been happening to people. And today we're going to be talking about 10 relationship red flags to observe and not to ignore. Alright? Not to do what? Not to ignore. So let's do this. Anyway, guys, so today, being the fact that we're talking about red flags in relationships and whatnot, I know so many people have been talking about this. However, so I decided to actually give my personal experience, not my personal experience, but rather an opinion concerning these red flags. And I know I have listed 10 red flags that you can actually observe in your relationship, not only in a relationship but also in your friendships and whatnot, your social relationship with other people. However, and these are things that happen to any union between friends, between relationships, but in this particular topic we're going to talk about relationships. And yes, so let's start by asking ourselves, what is a red flag? So a red flag for me seems to be like signs of observation of irregularity in terms of someone's behavior, in terms of someone's character, in terms of someone's personality, and which brings some sort of danger or some sort of disruption in normal activities, however, and in a proper defined way. I don't know if it's proper defined way, I think Google or whatnot, it's observations in a relationship that indicate or draw attention to a problem, danger, or irregularity. So red flags are basically things that you can actually observe from your partner that they were never there, and things that you can pinpoint and be like, this is a change in terms of how he's behaving or how she's behaving or whatnot. And these are the things that are gonna give you a conclusion of about someone's personality and whatnot. And I think these are things that we really need to observe as in our relationships, yeah, for us to get to understand our partners better and how we need to to deal with them. So one of the so I'm gonna list 10 signs, okay, based on basic things that you have observed. However, I know me and you have also been in relationships, however, and you have observed these kind of things, you know someone's personality and whatnot. So I've listed 10. I'm going to mention them now, giving a little bit of explanation in regards to it. So yes, let's go to number 1. So abrupt lack of communication, in the sense, I'll give an example of this. Assuming you're in a relationship with your friend, with your partner, be he or she, and from the word go that you started dating, you were all communicating very well and whatnot, like you used to call, text, like they used to give you attention and everything. But after some time, you start noticing, hey, they're not replying to text, they're not replying to calls, they're not calling back if they find missed calls or whatnot. And these are the kind of things that you need to identify in terms of why is the rate of communication going low. Because I tend to feel, on a personal basis, communication is one of the things that holds so many relationships together, and I tend to feel this is one of the most indigenous component in a relationship. either being a long distance relationship or rather being a general relationship where you can actually see your partner at your disposal. So for me, an abrupt lack of communication is part of one of the red flags for me I would notice, because I tend to feel communications brings and clears up a lot of things in relationships, and it helps to avoid the misunderstandings and whatnot. So for me, abrupt lack of communication gives me a red flag, in the sense that who are you talking to? Okay, assuming, let's put it in another perspective. Assuming your partner probably got another new job, or they're trying, they'll kind of get, okay, they kind of got engaged in terms of other things and whatnot. We can put an exception in terms of that. We can get probably they have a new shift, or they have a new, okay, they've changed their lives, so they're not going to get as much time to talk to you. However, so in such cases you can put some exceptions, but in normal cases where somebody has the same schedule, you know about their schedule. Sometimes you used to have dates, probably used to agree on every Saturday, or in a month we go for dates, two weekends, and then all of a sudden they're not communicating, they just do things the way they do. Then that's a red flag that you need to notice. Abrupt lack of communication is a red flag you need to address, in the sense that you need to talk to your partner, get to understand why they are not communicating with you. And I think that will solve a lot of issues in terms of, for us ladies, we kind of overthink about things. So as a guy, I would tend to feel, if your lady feels like you're still not giving her the same attention you used to do, or you're not communicating, it's good for you to address that. As for a Chile, for our babes, if you think if you're not giving your man the same, okay, you're not communicating the same case, communicating efficiently, because there's efficient communication and there's general communication and there's efficient communication. Communication is just notification. You need to put it in an efficient way. So if you're not communicating efficiently, then that's how we started getting some things like some issues in relationships. Yeah, so that's my first red flag. Lack of trust in terms of being in a relationship with somebody who does not give you the benefit of doubt is a huge red flag for me. I mean, if I'm in a relationship with you, I expect you to actually, however trust is earned with time, I expect you to give me the benefit of doubt. You understand? That small benefit of doubt that kind of shows you, I have this particular partner, but I respect how he or she does the things, and I'm going to trust them with their own opinion, because at the end of the day, we're individuals who have different opinions about different things. So you need to give me a little bit of trust in terms of how I try and make my decisions, how I manage my things and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, if there's lack of trust in a relationship, then it's good as dead. If you cannot trust me in terms of me, probably I'll give an example. Assuming I've gone out with a couple of friends of mine, both male and female, and we're out, and I already told you, hey, what's up, I'm going out, and I'll be with who and who, and then you'll be like, why would you go with these guys, why would you do that? And yet you know they're my friends. You understand? Like, the lack of trust in the sense that you cannot trust me with the opposite gender, that's something, I mean, it's a red flag for me, like, period. How? Like, if I have identified and I've really shown you, there's proven that you are not messing around, or you're not cheating around. If you have proved that, if you try to actually even try and introduce your friends to your mans or your babes, and they still don't even trust you with the little things that, like, as basic as a surety, then that's a red flag. Like, for real, you need to leave. That's another red flag that you need to check. If your mans or your babes does not trust you, I mean, they have some insecurities that you need to address. However, if they cannot address them by themselves, then that's a red flag for me. Like, not only for me, but I think for most people. But if you think it's the same, comment down below and tell me, do you think lack of trust in a relationship can affect the normal being of a relationship? So let's go to the third one. Ever had those people, or being in a relationship with those people who want to be controlling? Everything that you do, you need to, like, report to them. Whatever you do, like, in a manipulating, the sense that if you don't do that, they're gonna manipulate you. Also, you went out with a couple of friends, or you could not include me in me. I probably even told them, can we go out? And they'll be like, no, I'm busy, what now? But whenever you actually go and come back, they'll be like, also, why do you want to go there? I'm gonna take you, I'm gonna do this. I've had those babes who be like, if you're going to meet your friends, I'm also going. You know that sometimes you want some personal spaces, you're always an individual, and you'll be like, like, you understand? Like, you don't really need to be together all the time. The people who are controlling in the sense that they want to be there with you every time you breathe, You can't pumua without them. Even if you go out with your friends, who are you talking? Even if your phone calls, they want to know who's that. Hey, controlling, manipulating, and then being a manipulator in the sense that everything has to go your way. Red flag, like red flag 003. Like I just can't. I know by there for so many people, it's controlling behavior makes you feel like I need to breathe. I need to breathe, man. I need to breathe. Shawty, I need to breathe. What you talking about? You understand? Like, it's so... how to explain this? I mean, you're in my personal space, man. Personal space. Give me some space. You're controlling, man. You want to know who want to call me. You want to even check my personal statements. Who sent me money. Hey. Even if it's a relationship. Hey, what is this? What is this? For real, for real. What is this? Because me, I just can't. Honestly, I just... cut. Let's go. Cut. No. If you cannot trust me and you have to always be controlling, then that's a red flag that and I won't be with you. I mean, what do you mean? I know it's so many, for so many babes, I know there are babes who are really controlling. By the way, men, comment down below and tell me, I've ever had a babes who's really controlling. They want to know who you're your friends. They want to go everywhere with you. They want to check your phone every time. They want to snoop around. They're going to put these apps that gonna secretly look at your phone. You want to ask me how much I've spent on my money, how much I've spent on my hair, how much I've spent on my nails. Hey! Yeah, sure. Even my mom does not do that for me. You can't be a controlling MF. Imagine you just can't. So, cat, that's red flag 003. Anyway, let's go to the next one. I don't know why I relate with this. However, have you had a partner who just makes you feel insecure about so many things about your life? Babe, you gaining some weight. You started looking funny. You know, my ex used to do this kind of things for me, and I expect them to be down for me. What do you mean? You make somebody, if they actually make it, I'll say this for men, for guys and babes, if somebody makes you insecure about yourself, however, from how you look, how you present yourself, how you try and do things on your own, then that's not the person for you. I'ma tell you, baby girl, baby boy, that's not the guy for you. I'll say this. If you're in a relationship with somebody, however, they should embrace you with all your demons, with all your weight, with how you look and whatnot. Because at the end of it all, I usually tend to feel if relationships are not supposed to make you better, you know, there's a way you can actually correct somebody. Be like, baby, you're gaining some weight in terms of this needs. How about we try and do this? How we try dieting? How about we try gym? How about we try to do a few things, you know, for you to, you know, there's a way you can actually tell somebody for you to be like, that makes sense. But there's a way somebody can really make you feel insecure about yourself. Oh, you're gaining weight, you started looking fat. Especially those words, body shaming. You know, there are also partners who body shame people. Oh my god, it's so sick. Imagine, it's so sick. It's so sick. And shame on you for those people who body shame other people, however, be in a relationship or not. It's so bad. It's so bad. How do you tell somebody, oh, your body looks funny, you're gaining weight in the wrong places? It's their body. It's their body. Hey, shame on you for you guys who actually body shame other people. I find it very uncouth and very uncivilized, and I find it so disgusting. So anyway, for a partner who makes you insecure about whatever, they keep telling you, oh, my ex used to do this, my ex is always gonna be there for me, however, women are gonna come and go back, women are gonna come and go, she's always gonna be there. What you talking about, brother? What you talking about? If your ex is always gonna be there, then go back. Go back. You don't need to be with me. And for also those babes who be like, you know me, I expect baby girl treatment and you're doing nothing. Baby boy, do not try and treat a woman into baby girl treatment if she's not doing shit for you. No, I don't mean in the wrong sense, but I'm trying to say relationship is a 50-50 effort. They don't really need to make you insecure about something. You don't really need to go and look for a loan to fruition this babe. No. If you cannot afford it, leave it alone. If you cannot afford it, it's a debt. It's a liability, my nigga. It's a liability. Stop doing that. Don't be in a society where you have to make other people happy, and you, at the end of the day, you're gonna cry in your bed and be like, oh, she does not appreciate me. No, if she makes you feel insecure about yourself, however, in your financial capacity, in your career-wise, whatever aspect of your life, that's a red flag. They need to make you. There's a way of telling somebody, we can change 1, 2, 3 things about how we do things or how you are, because I tend to feel partners need to make each other better, not to try and demoralize somebody. You understand? Because we come from different backgrounds, we have different personalities and whatnot. We come from different families. My struggle is not your struggle. Probably my struggle is 500k, your struggle is like 50 G's. You understand? Like, we have different struggles and levels. So if somebody tries and makes you look as if you need to meet that level, and you're struggling with your current level, and they're trying to make you insecure about yourself, however, your financial capacity or what, out to the trash. To the trash, please. That's another red flag you need to know. If they make you insecure, cut them off. And there's no shame of actually cutting people off when they try and make you insecure. It's as simple as that. Cut. Bye. Anyway, to the next one, to the 5th red flag you need to observe. Egoistic behavior 001. They will never compromise for anything. They'll always have their way, however the case. And then when they're wrong, they're not gonna apologize. Egoistic people who always say, but you know, I'm always right. You know, I'm always right. You understand? People who try and justify stupidity for nothing. I mean, it makes me so sick. It makes me so sick. Babes and guys, if you have somebody who can never apologize when they're actually wrong, cut. Bye to the trash. They need to go. Ask me why. In relationships, I tend to feel nobody's perfect and nobody's even close to perfect. However the case, we do make mistakes and whatnot. But if you ever come to a point where somebody feels they're always superior to you in whatever, and they can never apologize in any sense, however bad they've done shit to you, those are not people who need to be in your life. Because I tend to feel saying the word sorry can really make you avoid a lot of things. You understand? This, whenever you're wrong, it's good for you to apologize and be remorseful for it. But there are people in a relationship, people who you can be in a relationship with, and you'll never hear them say sorry. However much shit and trash they've done to you, they're not gonna be say sorry. And others, in terms of what do you know, of compromising, there are others who can never compromise. You tell them probably, oh, I want you to take me somewhere. They can never compromise. No, I have plans. I can't cancel my plans for you. Like, you understand, people who always put themselves first. I'm not against people who put themselves first, because at the end of it all, you need to be your first priority. But in a relationship, you need to decide it's a relationship between two people. There are times you're going to have to compromise in terms of what to do, what your partner wants, and there are times you're going to actually have to say no. But in the sense that something your partner has requested you in a nice way, like, babe, I want you to take me, I'm having like brunch with a couple of friends of mine, can you please help, can you just take me, we're coming in twos, we're coming in couples, do you mind? No, I cannot go, I really hate those friends of yours. I mean, there's a way you can compromise a situation or compromise something for your babes or for your guys, and it makes them feel good about themselves. You understand? You could never compromise, like in terms of it. I'll give an example in terms of financially. There are guys out here, sorry to say so, but they can never treat their babes in the sense that they can never treat them out. They just want them, oh, yo, chill, pull up, let's chill. Like, you can never take even your lady out. You cannot even compromise a few shillings that you do have to take her out. Like, you always like, yo, pull up, let's chill, let's do Netflix. It's always a bang. I guarantee you, it's always a bang. And then for also babes who be like, oh, me, I can't come, I can't cook. You're staying, okay, you've come to your man's place, eh? And you found everything clean. Assuming you found the house clean, the utensils clean and whatnot, the kitchen is all clean and whatnot. And then you come there, you guys come, and probably he does really good cooking for you, and he serves you food and you eat. And you have the audacity to be like, me, I don't do chores for guys. Babes, what the fuck? I mean, how? I mean, it's common sense for you. Your man has done the cooking for you to get in the F kitchen and do some cleaning. They'd be like, oh, I can't do wifely duties for a guy. Let me tell you something. This is where ladies go wrong. Your man is putting an effort to actually cook for you, and you come there and you sit very nicely and eat food he has cooked, food that you have not bought, and you don't even have the audacity to actually go and wash utensils. What do you mean? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. We cannot be in a situation where you cannot compromise some things. However the case, you have all this, I cannot do wifely duties for nobody. Go and wash the damn dishes. I've cooked for you. Go and fucking do the dishes. It's called compromise. If somebody's not gonna compromise and somebody's not gonna say sorry, you need to cut them off. Bye bye. You need to cut them off, because those are red flags that you're gonna ignore, and trust me, they're gonna cost you a lot. They're gonna cost you a lot. They're gonna cost you happiness. They're gonna cost you a lot later on in the future. You know, when it comes to red flags, these are things that you need to really observe and make a conclusive decision. Is this something that I can deal with, or is this something that I cannot deal with? Then I need to cut this person off. I'm not saying you cut everybody that comes in your life, but I'm trying to say, for these red flags, you need to identify something that you think that you can cope up with and something that you cannot cope up with. So if for you cannot cope up with somebody who cannot apologize and compromise, then you need to cut them off. Okay? Anyway, let's go to the next one. If you ever, and I'm gonna like nitasisitiza kwa makini sana. If you have a partner, if you've ever seen a violent character in your partner, be it a babe, be it a guy, this one is now the red flag that we call do or die. If your partner is abusive, being a babe, being a guy, you should not compromise. Go. Just leave. Let me tell you something about abusive partners. You see, for those people who have a tendency of being violent with every instance of aggravation, or just got angry and they want to fight, trust you me, that's a red sign. It should be 001, by the way, because let me tell you something about abusive partners. These are people who can abuse you emotionally, and they can abuse you physically and psychologically. And those three kind of traumas is what somebody ends up into depression. People end up with suicide and whatnot. Having a partner who's very abusive, who can somebody even raise your hand and hit you, not only even hit you in a bad way, but even a slap, be it a babes. This does not go for any gender. It cuts both sides. A babes or a guy, it's your time to live. I'll tell you something about abusive. So many people out here in marriages have been abused, have been abused physically by their partners, and it has not ended up well. People have scars of abusive partners. People have trauma for abusive partners. People have hated marriages because of abusive partners. So this is something, if you're dating somebody and you see that particular mtu anapenda vita tu, every time they want to fight, they want to throw something at you. If somebody even tries and throws something at you, just go, just leave. It's your time. Imagine, just go, however bad it is, because at the end of it all, you're going to entertain that. He's going to throw a glass to you. He's probably going to miss that. Probably the next time he's going to throw something else like on your face. You're going to get cracked. You're going to get injured. With me, this beautiful, pretty face, you expect me to have scars of somebody who just because they're angry, they want to beat me. Bye-bye. No. I also know for the other babes who be like, Mimi, I can slap you. I would even go ahead and slap you. Mans, do not fight back. Just leave the relationship. Just leave the relationship. Do not entertain somebody who can raise their hand on you just because they're aggravated or they feel they are entitled. Because nobody can be owned by anything in terms of money or whatnot. However the case, if somebody even done somebody who has wedded you in a really huge wedding and they have tried to beat you up, I'm not going to support anything like kuvumilia, abusive partner. I'm not going to do that. And no, just leave. If you have kids, take your kids, just leave. Start life from afresh, because let me tell you something, abusive partners grow day by day. They're gonna throw a glass at you today. Tomorrow they're gonna throw a knife on you. The other day they're gonna throw an axe on you. The next time they're gonna kill you. Are you going to actually die out of an abusive partner who's just gonna go in jail for like 10 years and then come out here? No, it's your time to leave. If that partner is abusive, please just leave. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to make it any further than that, because I know this is a very sensitive matter for so many people in terms of even relationships and marriages as well. And I don't want to break them or to be an influence where I'm going to tell people to leave. But if you ever see that kind of thing, a red flag in your relationship, however the case, just leave. The earlier, the better. In quotes, crazy exes. If you ever have a partner who always talks about their crazy exes all the time, oh, my ex did me this, my ex did me this, they're always gonna refer to their past relationships. Oh, you know, my ex or my baby mama is gonna used to do this. Oh, there's this babes of mine who used to do this. You know, understand? Like, they're trying to compare the past relationship with the present relationship. That means they've never moved on. That's rule number one. They never moved on. Because there's no way, actually for me, my past belongs to the past, and I will not bring my baggage and everything from my past to a new relationship. So for me, in the sense, if somebody keeps bringing that baggage up again, trying to and compare and trying to do something in the sense that, oh, they want to try to show you, oh, my ex was better than what you're doing, whatever, blah blah blah. If they always keep on dwelling on the past, that's a red flag that you need to actually be like on observe. Because most of the time, for people who always dwell on the past, they always find you not. They're always going to compare you in the sense, oh, my ex used to do this. So they are not sufficient. They're not satisfied with you. Because for me, new relationships need to start on a new page. That's why it's called start a new leaf. If you find somebody new, get to understand them the way they are. Get to love them how they are. Your past should remain in your past. So if your ex keeps, or your babes or your mans keep all talking about my crazy exes and everything, what you waiting for? Just leave. Just leave. Or if you can actually deal with it, then you deal with it in your own perspective. But for me, keep telling me, oh, you know, I used to have one of the best women. I've dated the best women you can ever have. One of the most prettiest, one of the most richest. What you telling me about? What you talking to me about? Baby boy, what you talking to me about? What is wrong with you? I've also had exes who are better than you, but I've chose you, so shut the fuck up and sit down. Sit down. Probably I've had one of the best men. You're just a downgrade. Sorry to say so, but it is what it is. So somebody keeps talking about the exes to the trash. Sorry, bye-bye. Torus. Adios. Yeah, you need to go. If you can actually deal with it, then good for you, girl. Or good for you guys. Maybe I just can't. If you cannot keep your ex, if you cannot keep your past in your past, then peace. Mismatched relationship goals, this comes in the sense that assuming you have a partner, you've been talking to them, you've been okay and whatnot, and then you come to realize probably, or you've been dating somebody, and then for you, you're here, you're in the east, the other one is in west. Like, there's no way you can actually come and meet all together. It kind of brings a collision in the sense that both of you are not interested in doing the same things, or okay, it cannot be basically doing the same things, but you're not heading in the same direction. Both of you, however indirectly or directly it can be, then that becomes a collision that can bring some issues on some sort of disruption in the relationship. So however that's the case for me, I would rather find somebody who have a like goals, in the sense that probably I want to head this way and you kind of probably heading the same way but in different path. I would appreciate that, rather than having somebody who's in east and I am in west and we cannot even come together and have a conclusion in terms of this. So if you don't have somebody, a partner who you have the same agenda goals in terms of your relationship, where you want to be in the next maybe probably a year, probably want to go, you want to accomplish, probably you want to accomplish this and this and this and this and this and this, then I tend to feel you'll always have a collision and that relationship will never work. So it's you, okay, it's up for you to identify somebody that has at least somebody who's aligned to something that you want to have, you understand? And even if however much you in parallel lines, but you're heading towards the same direction, you understand? So at least if you head towards the same direction, however as much there's a difference in between, you can always try and merge at the end, compared to having somebody who's in east and west and you can never merge, like, you understand, eh? Yeah, so for me, that would be a red flag for me. If I cannot get somebody, okay, if I don't have somebody who has the same goal as I am, not only the same goal, but somebody we have at least aligned goals, then that wouldn't work. History of infidelity. If you ever have a partner who in their past relationships he or she was the one who was always cheating, then you are bound to be doomed from the word go. And infidelity, I would say there's no excuse for infidelity for somebody who's in a relationship, because this is a choice. For you to cheat, it's a choice. And cheating does not just take a day, it's a process. You know, funny thing, people usually be like, oh, I usually have this thing, oh, ni shetani, or sijui ni nini, or sijui the reason why I started cheating. Let me tell you something. Somebody should not make you insecure about having them cheating because it is a decision they have made. I usually say, if somebody comes to a point they want to cheat, it's a decision they've made in their mind. It's a conclusive decision they've made in their mind before they actually do the actual actions. You understand? And I'd say there are levels to cheating. There is emotional cheating, and there's also psychological cheating, and there's also now the physical cheating where you have to engage with somebody and even go ahead and have sex. So emotional cheating comes in the sense that I have detached from, assuming I was in a relationship with somebody, and this particular somebody, it was so much emotionally connected and whatnot, but it came to a point where I started distancing myself from this particular person. I started driving my attention, my feelings to somebody else on the side. That's emotional cheating for you, because the minute you attach those, you distance those feelings for this particular person who's your babes or your guy, and then you direct it into another babes or a guy to this other side who's not in a relationship with you. That's emotional cheating, because you're transferring feelings from one person to another and you have not yet broken up the bond with this particular person. So that's emotional cheating. Psychological cheating for me is the fact that you've decided to actually have the thought of cheating. That's instant cheating. If you've ever thought about cheating on this particular person, that means you have already lost your grounds and your interest in that particular person. However, as much as not done it, the actual act, but you thinking about it, that's psychological cheating. And then now for the physical cheating is where we know people bang. Nairobi, you know what I mean. Ula nakupea, dia ananipea, agikuletea, ananiletea, you know, in the sense that we're sharing partners out here like tissue paper. I mean, we're spreading STDs and STIs like Wi-Fi hotspot, which I don't know what you're all doing. I mean, in Nairobi, getting somebody who's loyal, 1%. Most people here. Most people either have FWBs in a relationship with your mans, who's the main guy, but you have another guy who's like Kidkora Jahazi. There's another man's who you're interested in who's an FWB. Other side, there's a bestie of yours who's a guy who will be like, oh, you know, we chat once in a while, we hit it. There's another guy who's hitting on you. I mean, there's a chain of people. And for guys, they'll be like, I have this babes, she's my main. I have this other chile, I call my friend, she's my shawty, she's my booty call, whatnot. I mean, so finding people who are loyal in relationships nowadays, it's a struggle. Like, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. That's why most people prefer being single or having situationships compared to having relationships, because at the end of it all, you're gonna get disappointed in Nairobi. I mean, in Nairobi. Like, in Nairobi. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very hard in Nairobi to actually get somebody who's really loyal. Like, for real. It's really hard. But anyway, we hope for the best. Tunaomba, tunasali. Don't worry, your mans or your babes will going to come. And on to the last one. I'd say this. If you have a partner that you cannot rely on, act as somebody, like, rely on for even 1%, that's a red flag. Like, you know that this rely on in the sense that it doesn't have to be financial for you to rely on them. Like, somebody who you have a partner but they can never come through for you. Assuming you're sick and you just got sick and you already told your friends, be like, hey, hit up my mans and tell him I'm sick. But he can never show up. Like, he'll be like, oh, Aki, I'm sorry, just tell her she's sorry, I'm gonna give her a call. Like, you can never pull up. You can never rely on you. However bad in a situation. That's why I find so many people, I'm sorry to say so, but in this generation where we are, we rather call our friends compared to rather calling our friends, our mans. There babes will be like, Eva, I know you're gonna come up for me, and then I'd be like left wondering, why don't you call your mans and your mans that you sleep with every single night? Why don't you call your mans and it's your man who knows you better than I? And then I'm left wondering, so you cannot rely on your mans, but you can rely on me as your friend. I mean, I know I'm gonna come up through for you, but it does not add to the question. I mean, you need to rely on your mans more than really relying on me. You understand? I mean, that means your partner is trash. Sorry to say so. Because if it's not going to come through for you in your bad and good times, and then I don't think that's the person you need to be with. Because let me tell you something, relationships are such a struggle. There are ups, there are downs, there are times you're just low and whatnot, and you really need your partner to hold you down, you understand, and just be there with you, taking you through this journey and whatnot. And sometimes it's difficult to get that. So if you cannot rely on your man, that's another red flag that you need to observe and you don't need to ignore, because it's gonna cost you. You're gonna be somewhere caught up, assuming you've been caught by the cops, you're somewhere and nobody's picking your call. So you won't call your mans or you won't call your babes just because you've been caught up by cops, because you know they are not gonna pull up, or whatever, probably you need some cash, they're not gonna pull up, like they're not gonna come through for you, you understand? So yeah, so as I summarize up those 10 relationship red flags to observe, never to ignore, so I'm gonna go through them really quickly and highlight them, just mentioning them. One, abrupt lack of communication. Second, we're gonna have a lack of trust. Third one, we're gonna have controlling behavior, being in the manipulative, having a manipulator. Fourth one, we're gonna make they're always gonna make you insecure about yourself. The fifth one, they won't compromise or apologize just in case they're wrong or whatnot. The sixth one is abusive behavior. And 7, dwelling on past relationship, we're always gonna have, in quotes, crazy exes. The 8th one is mismatched relationship goals. And then the 9th one is history of infidelity. They're always gonna be cheating. They're always cheating. I mean, they can't keep it in their pants. They can't put them tongues up. And the last one, they're difficult to rely on. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope you have noted down those 10 red flags you can actually to observe and not to ignore. And thank you for watching my video to the end, guys. Thank you for the love, for the support. Let's keep pushing. Let's get road to 3,000 subscribers. And yes, let's meet in the next video. And by the way, guys, as WambuiKidkora, we are open for business in terms of any brand, any company, any individual who wants to market with us and do affiliate marketing. Our doors are open. I'm going to link down below my email address so that you can actually send me an email just in case you're interested with that. And for YouTubers who want to collabo for us, if you think that, yeah, you want to do something with Wambui, hit me up. I'm going to put down my links down below, my email, my Instagram. You can DM me anytime and tell me, oh, what you want us to do this video. And by there, guys, thank you. Road for 3,000 to 3,000k subscribers, and let's get monetized. Let's watch those videos. Let's get subscribers. And yes, guys, thank you so much for the time and the effort, and thank you guys for being loyal. I mean, you are true. Thank you, guys. And by the way, let's see you in the next video. Adios.